All right. So my air is at adequate levels. It's at 120, 140. I've already gotten out. I've chalked my wheels. Gotten back in the vehicle. Already pushed in my air valve. All right. So now I'm going to turn the key to the on position. And I'm going to not do a safe start, but just so I have power so I can do my air leak test. Okay, the gauges have settled. You can see that. So now I'm going to perform a air leak test. I'm going to press and hold the brake for 60 seconds, and I should not lose more than 3 psi because I'm doing CDLB. Okay, I'm pressing it down. It's going to settle. Let's say 60 seconds is up. I'm going to release the brake. Tell the examiner I did not lose more than 3 psi. My next test is my low air warning. I'm going to press and fan the brake until the pressure drops between 60 to 55 psi. At that point, my buzzers and warning lights will come on. There we go. Warning system works properly. Next, I'm going to do my 2040 test, or my spring brake test. I'm going to press and fan the brake until the pressure drops between 20-40. At that point, my air valve is going to pop out. Or parking brake, whichever one you like to call it. And make sure you keep your eye on it, because sometimes it will come out slow and you'll miss it. Wow. I think it came out. Yeah, it did come out. Okay, so we hear that audible noise, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to take the key out, all right? Take that key out. We're going to get out of the vehicle using 3 points of contact. We're going to unchock the wheels. Get back in. We're going to put our seatbelt on, right? Then we're going to safe start and start the vehicle to let the pressure build back up to 120, 140. Okay. Now, while the pressure is building up, we cannot do a tug test, right? We can't do our tug test or check our brakes. So what are we going to do? I'm going to go to the next thing on the paper, which is my light indicators. So we're going to go left turn signal, right, my low beams there, high beams. And then I'm going to do my 4-way flashers. All right. After that, I'm going to grab my seatbelt and I'm going to put it on. I'm going to tell the examiner my seatbelt is not ripped, torn, or frayed. It's properly mounted. It latches and unlatches. Then I'm going to look down at my fire extinguisher. I'm going to tell the examiner my fire extinguisher is not bent, broke, or cracked. It's properly mounted. It's not missing any screws or bolts. It's fully charged. Also, it's a 10 BC or better. After that, my reflective triangles underneath are not bent, broke, or cracked. They're properly mounted. They're not missing any screws or bolts. Proper color is red. And we should have fuses right here. So I would say my spare fuses are present. And then we'll look down at the floor. My floor should be clean and clear. There's no oil or debris. All right, so once we finish that, I'm going to go to my windshield. It's not bent, broke, or cracked. It's properly mounted. What else? There's no illegal stickers that would have struck my view. If you want to do the rubber seal, you can, but it's not mandatory. Also, my mirrors, my monitoring devices, all 4 are not bent, broke, or cracked. They're properly mounted. They're not missing any screws or bolts. They're clean and clear and adjusted to me, the driver. Next, my windshield wiper brackets is metal. It's not bent, broke, or cracked. It's properly mounted. Not missing any screws or bolts. My windshield wiper blade, no abrasion, bonus, or cuts. What else can we say? it's pressed firmly against the windshield. And don't forget about our washer. My washer works properly. All right. So once we finish with that, let's look on the paper. Always use this paper, so that way you don't miss anything. So my heater and defroster, and then my horns. My heater, make sure it's on. It's on right there. Works properly. My defroster up here works properly. Turn it back off. Then we can come here and we can talk about my horn works properly. Which horn is that? My electric horn or my city horn? And then we can, my highway horn works properly. So once we get there, I've heard the governor shut off already. So I'm going to do my tug test. Or we can say I'm going to do my, what's on the paper? It says my parking and trailer brake, but we don't have a trailer. So we're going to do our parking and service brake. So let's go ahead. It's already set. So I'm going to put it in gear. It's already out. So this is what I'm testing right here for CDL. So now I'm going to just give it a little bit of a tug, right? That's all it takes. You see the truck moves, brakes held, everything works properly. Next, push that in. I'm going to do my service brake test. I'm going to pull forward and stop. Tell the examiner my service brake works properly. Make sure you engage the brake and put the vehicle in neutral. So we've just finished our pre-trip. So next I would go to my external lights right there. You can leave the truck running or you can turn it off. Me, I'll just leave it running. But this is when the examiner gets out of the truck, goes to the front of the vehicle, and he's not gonna wait for you. You got to tell him that, okay, well, I'm going to check my left turn signal. He's going to give you the thumbs up. My right turn signal. He's going to give you the thumbs up. My low beams, my high beams, and then my four-way flashers, right? So once he gives you thumbs up on all those, he's going to go to the back of the truck. We got the same thing. Left turn signal, right turn signal, my four-way flashers, and then my brakes, right? So once we finish with the brakes, now we can turn the truck off, get out of the vehicle, and then we will talk about the front of the vehicle.